Our next guest, he's known by many as a handcuff king. I've seen him put in a straitjacket and within a matter of moments, he's out of it. I've seen him get tied up in lots and lots of rope, his feet bound, his hands bound, his waist, his neck, and before the last knot was tied, he was undone. I've seen some of his card flourishes, and they are fun and fascinating to watch. Please put your hands together to see the magic of Shawn Dion.
Thank you very much for that. I appreciate the glowing introduction that Mr. Ketterer Paul gave me that probably is undeserved, but you can decide that for yourself in just a moment. He mentioned my card manipulation act. Unfortunately, I didn't bring that today. We're going to do a little thing with the rope. I'd like to let people know that I'm a fourth-generation magician in my family. My grandfather was a magician, my father, my brother, my uncle, myself. Yeah, close enough to four. And one of the first tricks that my grandfather showed me when I was a child was what was called the cut and restored rope trick, and it's one that I'd like to show for you now. My grandfather did things a little bit differently. I'll show you first. It's just a kind of a piece of rope, obviously, two ends in the middle. The idea is first to cut the middle. It's not really the middle, but we'll pretend that it is. See, as I mentioned, Grandpa did things differently because he actually cut the rope twice. Cutting the rope twice, of course, makes three pieces, which is rather confusing if you're trying to do the cut and restored rope trick, because this would be actually called the cut and restored rope trick. Take the rope, bring that end up, three pieces, none of them the same length. That goes up there. That goes up there, and Grandpa tried to convince me that he made the three pieces all the same length because they're three here and three here, but obviously if you look down here, it never fooled anybody. And then Grandpa told me that all you had to do was pretend that the ropes were all through the same length. But as you may be thinking as well, I said, Grandpa, you said that you were going to do the cut and restored rope trick. He said, okay, give me just a moment. So he dropped one of the pieces of rope down that way and said that magic has been around for thousands of years, and older generations had different ways to make things appear to be magical, and he proceeded to tell me that he was actually restoring the rope right in front of my eyes with what we now modernly call a knot, and somehow Grandpa thought this was, I was supposed to think this was magical, and no more than you do. I had to tell Grandpa I wasn't impressed, because that's really not the cut and restored rope trick that way, and he said that's explanatory because of the long ears on the knots. He said if I remove the long ears on the knots, it becomes much more impressive and will actually qualify as the cut and restored rope trick. And just like you, I wasn't really impressed with Grandpa's version of the cut and restored rope trick. He said, well, how about if we combine the cut and restored rope trick with what would be called the vanishing knot? So there's two ways to do the vanishing knot. One is you take the knot, slide it into the hand, give it just a little bit of a squeeze, and it appears to work. But I said, what about the other knot? And Grandpa said, well, see, that was the invisible vanishing. This would be the visible vanishing. You just slide it off and toss it off. And I said, well, that's really cool that you can make it come off of the rope. Can you actually put it back on? He said, no, that would be impossible. Magicians do the impossible, but you can't really just take the knot and pop it back on like that. And I said, well, Grandpa, it's supposed to be, the graceful man that I am, supposed to be the cut and restored rope trick. You did the cut, and the restored. I said, shouldn't the knot really be off? And he said, absolutely. There should be no knot.